Now I want to start with short questions from a chapter of share capital transactions. These questions are from section B of workbook. Let us start. What is share? Total share capital of company is divided in a number of units of same value. Hence, each such unit of capital individually called a share. Suppose the total capital of company is 1 lakh is divided in small unit of 100 rupees. So 1 lakh divided by 100, 1000 shares. So 1000 are the total number of shares, total number of units, and each unit is of 100. Such each unit rupees 100 is known as share. The total capital is bifurcated in this fashion so as to ensure there can be so many holders of these units and the total capital requirement, which may be a huge, gets distributed amongst public for collection. That's the purpose of share. What is share capital? Capital of a company is called share capital. Every business requires capital. May it be sole proprietorship, may it be partnership, may it be corporate personality company. It requires capital. The capital of a company is known as share capital and is divided into number of units called shares. Next. By which document company can invite public to purchase its shares? Prospectus. A public company can invite public to purchase its shares by a document known as prospectus. Prospectus is an offer made by the company to the public at large to subscribe for the shares of the company, and this prospectus includes all the details about and the terms and conditions with which the share capital has been issued. What is company limited by shares? Company wherein liability of a shareholder is limited up to the extent of face value of the share held by them is called company limited by shares. The liability of a sole proprietor is unlimited. The liability of partners in case of partnership form of organization is also unlimited. But the liability of equity shareholder is not unlimited, is only limited, restricted to the face value of the shares for which he is a shareholder. And that is known as company limited by shares. Next. For what purpose normally company invite company limited by guarantees form? Company limited by guarantees form with the purpose of promoting art, science, health, sports, culture, etc. in the society. If the company is promoted with philanthropic purposes, such as promotion of art, science, health, etc. in the society, the promoters of the company give a guarantee, and such type of companies are known as company limited by guarantee. Next. Write a full name of SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is the full form of SEBI. In which type of bank where company can deposit amount which is received along with share application from public. The share application money is collected by the bankers of a company. Those bankers of a company are always scheduled banks, and the amount has to be collected in a bank special bank account known as share application account, and such account has to be maintained in a scheduled bank. Company can deposit the amount which is received along with share application money from a public in a scheduled bank by opening a separate account for the purpose. share application money is held by bankers as trustee till the allotment. Company can never become the owner of share application money before allotment. So that amount has to be kept, has to be held by a bank in a separate bank account, that too in a scheduled bank, as the trustees for the applicants. Under which head the balance sheet of a company where the amount of calls in advance is shown. The amount of calls in advance is shown between the headings of share capital and reserves and surplus in the balance sheet of a company, because it is not a share capital of the company. Now, as per revised Schedule 6 and as per the Schedule 3 of the new company code, such amount is to be shown not in a manner prescribed here, but as those things are not expected for you to know, so I just limit myself, but it is disclosed under the title of share warrants. What amount of share application is to be transferred to share capital when the amount of share application is to be transferred to share capital, the share application money gets transferred to share capital only on allotment of the shares. Who can allot the shares? Board of Directors. How the shares are allotted? By passing a resolution for allotment, and that resolution has to be passed in a board meeting. So amount of application is to be transferred to share capital only after resolution is passed in the meeting of Board of Directors for allotment of shares. So on allotment, company is entitled to consider the application money as its capital. Under which head the amount of security premium is to be shown in final accounts of the company. Security premium is reported in final accounts of the company under the head reserves and surplus. For what purpose company can utilize the amount of security premium? The amount of security premium can be utilized for purposes specified under section 78 of the Companies Act. For example, for the issue of fully paid up bonus shares to the equity shareholders. So this is the purpose for which company can apply the security premium. Under which head of balance of share discount account is to be shown in the balance sheet. The balance of share discount account is to be shown on the assets under the balance sheet under the heading of business expenditure. This provision has already changed. As per revised Schedule 6 and the new Schedule 3 of new company code, this is not the manner in which the share discount account is to be reported. It has to be reported under the title of reserves and surplus. Who carries out management of company? The Board of Directors appointed by the shareholders carries out the management of company. So Board of Directors are appointed by the shareholders in an annual general meeting by casting votes for appointment. Which amount is to be credited to share forfeiture account at the time of forfeiture of shares? The capital element already received from a shareholder gets forfeited with forfeiture of shares, and this capital element is credited to share forfeiture account. That's an important question. Which balance has a security premium account and share discount account? Security premium has a credit balance, share discount account has a debit balance. The reason is security premium is a capital income, incomes have credit balance, while share discount is a capital loss and losses have debit balance. This is how share discount account has a debit balance. What is the name is called for authorized share capital? What are the other names of authorized share capital? Nominal capital and registered capital are the other names of authorized share capital. Which balance is shown by calls in arrears? Calls in arrears represents the amount recoverable. Amount recoverable as a debit balance. So calls in arrears account holds a debit balance as it represents the amount recoverable from shareholders. What is authorized share capital? The maximum capital which company is authorized to raise during its lifetime, and that is shown in a capital clause of memorandum of association of company, is called authorized share capital. So authorized share capital is disclosed in a capital clause of memorandum of association, which shows the authority of company to raise the capital during its lifetime. When the amount of reserved capital can be called up from a shareholder, a part of uncalled capital declared to be called up only on winding up of a company is called reserve capital. The amount of reserve capital can be called from a shareholder only on liquidation of a company. What is winding up of a company? Winding up of a company is a legal process by which the corporate existence of a company can be brought to an end. For birth of company, registration of company is done. For death of a company, for bringing an end to the corporate personality, the process that is followed, there's a legal process that is followed, is winding up and liquidation. And this reserve capital is kept aside to be called in the instance of winding up. So it can be called up only in case of liquidation of a company. And this capital is called by the liquidator. What is share discount? When company issues shares at a price less than the face value of shares, the excess of face value over the issue price is known as share discount. So discount is a concession granted to all shareholders uniformly at the time of issue of shares, and you know about discount also very well because you have just referred to theory section. What is bonus share? Shares issued by a company out of accumulated profits without any consideration from a shareholder. Shares are given to the shareholders out of accumulated profits and no consideration, no amount is received from a shareholder there against. Such issue of shares by a company is known as bonus shares. Is known as bonus shares. I have tried to explain you all these small questions, short questions. I feel that you have followed all these things. Thanks to all of you.